Hello everyone. In this video, we would be discussing about the figures of speech which are used in the very first chapter of class 10th English from the book First Flight, and the name of the chapter is A Letter to God. Now there are basically three figure of speeches used in the chapter. Number 1 is personification, second is metaphor, third is simile. Now we will start from the very beginning. Personification. Now personification is used when we are comparing, basically when we are using human characteristics to define a non-living being, a non-living thing. For example, in the very first sentence it is written, the house sat on the crest of the hill. Basically, normally the house cannot sit. It has been built somewhere, but it will not sit. Only humans can sit. But here sat, the second form of sit, is used to describe that the house is at the top of the hill. Similarly, second, the field promised a good harvest. Field cannot promise anything. Only humans can promise. But yet they have used the word promised, which is a human characteristic. I hope this much is clear. Second is metaphor. Metaphor is the comparison between dissimilar things. For example, in the very first, it is written new coin. I told you in the video where I have explained the chapter number 1, same chapter, that Lencho compared raindrops to new coins. If you think normally, raindrops and coins are two very different things. Raindrop and coins are not at all related in any sense, but here in this chapter he has compared both the things. Why? Because of the rain the field would be getting nice harvesting, and because of that only he would get money, he would earn. That is why he compared raindrops as new coins. Similarly, there are other examples also which are used in the chapter, like the big drops are 10-cent pieces, whereas the small little ones are fives. Third is a curtain of rain. Whenever it rains very heavily, it happens then if you try to see, if you are going through the rain and if you try to see something which is in front, it happens that it appears translucent. It is not very much clear. So that is the only thing, that is the reason they have used a curtain of rain. Generally we cannot see clearly through the curtain, and that is happening with the rain also. So they are comparing a curtain of, they are saying a curtain of rain. They are comparing heavy rain with curtain. Next is new silver coins. Next is frozen pearls, and the last is Lencho was an ox of a man. Now here there's a comparison between a human, that is Lencho, with an animal, that is ox. Because he worked very hard on his field, that is the only reason they have told that Lencho was an ox of a man, because he worked really hard. I hope this is also very much clear. Now the last is simile. Simile is also a comparison again, but it is a comparison between two things which have same characteristics. For example, in the very first sentence it is written, the field was white as if covered with salt. Generally in this chapter, basically they were telling us that the field got covered and it was looking white because of the hailstone, whereas here in this sentence it is saying that it was looking like as if it was covered with salt. Salt is also white, hailstones are also kind of whitish in color. So that is the reason they are saying this, they are comparing white hailstones with salt. Next is, it seems like a total loss. Third, working like an animal in the field, same, the upper one only. But here the difference is, name of the person is not used, only it is saying that working, someone or some animal or whatever the thing is, working in the fields like an animal. That is the reason it is, this line is simile and the previous one was a metaphor. Last is, a plague of locust would have left more than this. This has been used because of, when I explained the chapter, I told you very clearly, Lencho said that if a plague of locusts would have attacked his field, then also some of his crops would have remained so that he could use them, but because of the hailstone nothing was left behind. That is the only reason he has said this. One more thing, when there is simile, there is basically comparison of two kind of similar things, and simile is being used. You can very clearly see that words like as or if, sorry, as or like are used Now in these four also you can see here as is used, like, and again something like that is only used, matlab not exactly, but yes, kind of these words are used. I hope this is very clear to everyone. If you like the video, please do share it with your friends and your classmates so that they could also understand what the figure of speeches are used in this chapter. Thank you everyone.